We have a chance to match.
Of course, if I was Pacquiao, would I be chasing whether to do an exhibition, a good payday? Absolutely, I will.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one.
It's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything. And you know,
Floyd Money Mayweather, easy work, and Manny Pacquiao meet face-to-face and discuss a rematch for this year's.
Floyd Mayweather has called out Manny Pacquiao for a possible rematch. The boxing legend is teasing one final blockbuster fight, which has sparked a wave of speculation and excitement.
And the caption says, I'm coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao this year. Another 9-figure payday on the way.
George Kambosos Jr. shared his thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's return, saying he's thrilled about the upcoming exhibition match against Mario Barrios. He called Pacquiao a living legend and believes that, even at this stage, Manny could still surprise everyone.
yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and you know try his best. That's what Manny. One thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight Lucas, and you could see it. And then watching the exhibition he had with the Korean guy or the Japanese guy in I think last year, it's hard to watch. I know Manny. I know the man that I was sparring. I love that guy. So, but again, he's a legend, and if he turns it on, he can still work.
Pacquiao's intense training sessions at Wildcard Gym in Los Angeles with longtime coach Freddie Roach are drawing attention. Manny looks focused and motivated, powering through punching drills and mitt work with the same fire as before. Roach watches closely, offering advice as they prepare for one of boxing's most talked about comebacks. Floyd Mayweather has weighed in on Pacquiao's decision to return, saying he understands why Manny wants the exhibition fight, especially if it comes with a huge payday. Mayweather admitted he'd probably do the same, with a WBC title at stake. Against Barrios, the hype around a possible second fight between the two legends is growing fast.
We have a chance to have a rematch.
Of course, if I was Manny Pacquiao, would I be chasing Floyd Mayweather to do an exhibition to get a good payday? Absolutely, I will.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one, because the first one, you know, we know the fact that I have injury on my shoulders.
There's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather.
He's older than me.
You know, when we talk about Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer. But nobody has the remedy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Where Manny had a great career, but boxing retired Manny. Manny didn't retire from boxing.
I'm still young, so what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a 8 different weight division is not that easy.
Manny opened up about his first fight with Mayweather, saying he felt he did enough to win, even though he wasn't at his physical best. He doesn't blame Floyd, but hints that outside influences can affect even the best fighters.
Rematch in part. How do you view him just as a person, not about the fight, but you've expressed before that you never really liked what he stood for outside the ring as a person, and you would like to defeat him because of that. Is that fair to say?
I'm what I see him outside the ring is you know, of course I don't want to blame him, but the way he grow with the wrong community, I mean, like, and you have to know how to respect and how to, you know, not too arrogant or anything. I'm not saying that, but you know, sometimes bad company corrupt good character.
There's no doubt that a second Mayweather versus Pacquiao bout would attract massive global attention. Fans still talk about their first clash like it happened yesterday, and many believe the timing back then didn't allow for a true showdown between two prime fighters.
Speaking of Mayweather, fam, do you see they're doing the Pacquiao rematch?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
This
bro.
guy-
I was
bro.
about to say that. They announced it, and all the
In
fans
the
were like,
weirdest way, bro. It's like, yo, they didn't even know. It's like they didn't know if they actually meant to announce it or not.
This
or
what I'm
like
saying.
that fight's actually happened.
I heard in the comments that they announced it in like Chinese or something before, and then the crowd went
It's in,
crazy.
Like Japan, right?
Yeah, in their
Oh.
language they announced it, and then they went crazy, and then they did it in English, and then like that was silence.
That makes sense because Manny Pacquiao said it's like no one cared. I was like, bro, are we like hearing
Like,
the same thing from?
people
Like,
are
the man just said he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, and no one cared. Everyone's like, okay, like hand over the mic, dog. Like, bro, like, bro, it's
People are
like
saying
massive.
that. They're saying that, or they're saying, oh, like where they were, it's like culture to not like make noise during stuff like.
Nah, bro,
Like, it's a
you know
respectful
the
thing.
fans that Manny Pacquiao has and stuff, bro. If he's announcing that fight, you know these guys are going off.
Pacquiao says talks are underway for a possible rematch with Mayweather this year. While nothing is confirmed yet, both camps keep hinting at it. As Manny trains for Barrios, it looks like this comeback might be a two-part message. Dominate Barrios first, then settle things with Floyd.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one, because the first one, we know the fact that I have injury on my shoulder, so I did a lot of this training camp. We did a few things, but not really a heavy training like what we did in the usual the 12-round fight. But because this is just a 6 rounds and 2 minutes per round exhibition match, but we did a lot in training, and I think this is a very good stepping stone to come back in boxing. We will see.
So what would the result be?
The prediction is will not last 12 rounds, I think.
Wow, it won't last 12 rounds.
At 46, Manny is pushing his body to the limit in a tough Los Angeles training camp guided by Freddie Roach. With the July 19th fight against Mario Barrios approaching, every session shows how determined he is to prove that age is just a number. Pacquiao's daily training includes strength work, technical sparring, and endurance routines. The exercises may be familiar, but the purpose behind them is stronger than ever. He's not just training to fight, he's training to win. The Uppo. Fire in his eyes and the power in his punches show this comeback is about legacy, not fame.
Day one. Marvin, good.
Even after all these years, the rivalry between Floyd and Manny still burns. Floyd often brings up his win, but Pacquiao's fans argue the fight's timing skewed the result. The talk of a rematch keeps the rivalry alive as their unfinished story comes back into focus.
Manny Pacquiao he's not a better fighter than me.
Floyd, what is your assessment of Manny Pacquiao and his shoulder injury?
Come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. Excuses, excuses, excuses. He was throwing combinations. Everything seemed just fine. He lost. He know he lost. I lost a lot of respect for him. You know, you fight. If you lose, it's okay. Mayweather was the better man. We fight 10 times, I'm gonna win 10 times. We fight 20 times, I'm gonna win 20 times. We fight 100 times, I'm gonna win 100 times. Manny Pacquiao, you're not on my level. Manny Pacquiao, you will never be on my level. Period. Simple and plain. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay to be right behind me. It's okay. I won. I know I won. I know I'm the better fighter. Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not gonna say he's right and I'm not gonna say he's wrong. You know, but it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said it's a time and a place for any and everything.
Not everyone is excited. Boxing legend Ricky Hatton voiced concerns about Pacquiao's return, questioning if it's safe or fair for a 46-year-old to face a younger opponent. He compared it to other aging fighters making comebacks, warning that it could hurt Manny's legacy. Many fans and analysts agree, saying that no matter how hard Pacquiao trains, the body has its limits, especially after years out of the ring.
This is a bad idea. Out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. About 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. There were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried.
One analyst sees it differently, saying Pacquiao's comeback is more about cashing in than chasing greatness. The Barrios fight is expected to draw massive attention because of Manny's name. No matter the outcome, it's a smart move to remind the world of his star power.
And of course, we don't want permanent injury po kahit kanino, kahit po kay Anpo, but I want him to be knocked out. But the reason why I wanted that to happen is that if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for him when he returned to boxing.
Pacquiao insists this return isn't about money. He says his heart still belongs to boxing, even after spending years in politics. He claims it's not about getting rich, it's about finding closure and honoring the love he still has for the sport and the fans.
Retirement's supposed to be fun. What happened? You're supposed to want to stay retired and relax and have a nice life.
I changed my mind and I realized thinking that the boxing still love me and I love boxing, so why not? I'm not continuing my journey in boxing.
A lot of people have the question how busy you are as a senator and how is that going to play into you preparing for a fight, because preparing for a fight takes your heart and your soul, and you already have a very difficult job as a senator.
Just time management, discipline. I can still manage working in the Senate and then training.
Pacquiao has made it clear, this isn't a farewell tour. He wants to retire with a bold statement. Beating Barrios and possibly Mayweather would let him walk away with pride. It's not about reliving the past, it's about proving he's still a warrior. Their feud didn't just stay in the ring. In 2009, Pacquiao sued Mayweather for defamation over PED accusations. Although they settled the case, it added another layer to their rivalry, which has stretched from courtrooms to the biggest stage in boxing.
We now welcome in ESPN.com senior boxing writer Dan Rayfield. And Dan, what is Pacquiao hoping to accomplish with this lawsuit?
Well, I know that the negotiations for this fight have been ongoing, but I just got off the telephone with Daniel Petrocelli, who is the attorney for Manny Pacquiao, literally moments before coming on the air, and I asked him that exact question. And his point was, regardless of whether or not they're negotiating this fight, that that the comments that they alleged that the Mayweather people had made were irresponsible and reckless and malicious, and they had to answer it no matter what. And so they felt like they had no choice but to file the lawsuit regardless of.
Pacquiao also has a strong case as one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in history. While some still put Sugar Ray Robinson at the top, Pacquiao's name belongs in the conversation alongside Ali, Mayweather, Armstrong, Langford, and others. His peak, perhaps at 140 pounds when he destroyed Ricky Hatton and Miguel Cotto, showed the heights he reached, while his long resume proves his greatness over time.
He also has a case for greatest fighter, pound for pound, who ever lived. Think about, by the way, I don't think he wins that argument. Sugar Ray Robinson is safely ensconced in that position. But Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, whoever else you want to mention, put Pacquiao's resume up to those guys. Bill James, the great baseball sabermetrician, had a way of ranking baseball players that I came across as a kid and thought, that's really smart. You have to rank them at their best and then also over the course of their careers. Because when you have that argument, are you talking about who accomplished the most or what heights did they reach? What peak did they reach? Take either for Pacquiao. Take his peak. Was it at 140 pounds when he obliterated Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, and then Oscar De La Hoya, though that was at 147? Was that Pacquiao's peak? Because remember, that's when the Mayweather-Pacquiao hype actually reached fever pitch. Oh my God, these are two of the best fighters we've ever seen, and they're both in their primes, in the same weight class at the same time. We have to see that fight. So Pacquiao's peak was just about as good as anyone in history.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, usually.
When did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit. No, yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar with other females a lot of times. Cause they,
unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was, like, overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And, so, yeah, most of the time, the smart part is, they were dudes. But, I mean, I couldn't really even, like spar with her serious. I mean, until I was like 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah. But at that point, I was already too big for her. So like,
Pacquiao hasn't he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and you're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair. Like, we could have had Brian Norman Jr. versus. We could have Brian Norman Jr. versus Barrios, but we're getting Manny Pacquiao versus Barrios. I don't think anyone wants to see that. Manny Pacquiao is past his prime. He's not in his fighting years no more. And then can't he make 147? And then you're letting him fight for the belt. That doesn't make any type of sense. And then if he beats Barrios, let's say hypothetically he beats him, is he gonna unify? Cause Boost, that's sitting in the lamb to the slaughter. Brian Norman, that's sitting on the lamb to slaughter. Like, this doesn't make no sense.
Pacquiao's return is part of a broader trend in boxing. Like Tyson and Mayweather before him, he's stepping back into the spotlight to reclaim part of the legacy and remind fans why his name still matters.